Hello everybody, my name is Cougar Draven, and this is a series I call Thinking Out Loud About Star Trek. Now, I've been planning this for a couple of years now. Well, okay, to be fair, thinking about it for a couple of years, planning it for about a month. And it is January 10th, 2016. That is notable because, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be looking away from the camera for a little bit here every so often because I've got notes that I'm referring to here. Anyway, it is January 10th, 2016. It's a Sunday. The video that you're watching will be released on January 25th. That is, to date, going to be, if I do this correctly, the shortest amount of time between recording and airing. I'm trying to do this a couple weeks ahead of time, just in case I have to miss things, you know? But anyway, it's January 10th, 2016, and if all goes well, and as I plan for it to go, we will be seeing an end of this on November 23rd or 28th of 2018. So this is going to be a 3-year plan. And that's just what I've got for right now. Things may change based on what's going on. But this is I'm looking at devoting 3 years of my life to this. 3 whole years. But you gotta start somewhere, right? And so I started with the pilot of Star Trek the Original Series. Well, a few minutes on what this is going to be, and then I'm going to run through the pilot. This is going to be like my similar series, which is going to run concurrently on my YouTube channel, called Just Thinking Out Loud. This is going to be specifically devoted to episodes of Star Trek, and I'm going to run through all of the episodes of the original series, then the animated series, then Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise, and the movies. Now, the thing about it is I'm going to say it's going to get a little weird once Season 6 of TNG hits, because the entire run of Deep Space Nine, it ran with another series. And I'm doing these the videos will be released on my channel in order of release date. So, for instance, let me grab my playlist here. Let's jump down to... That's a good spot to jump to. Actually, wait, no. Where is the best? There's an even better spot to jump to. There it is. On, at the end of at the end of Season 5 of Season 2 of Deep Space Nine and Season 7 of The Next Generation, it's going to run Deep Space Nine, then the 2-part finale of Next Gen, which I may actually run all as one episode, I don't know yet, because it's normally presented as a 90-minute thing, I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I have I have well over a year to think about it. But, to run those, then it'll be the 2 final episodes of Deep Space Nine Season 2, and then it'll be Star Trek Generations, the movie, and then it'll be the beginning of Deep Space Nine Season 3. And there'll be 12 episodes in a row, run of that, and then 4 of Voyager, and then it'll go back and forth. It's a little bit more back and forth with, like the middle of Season 2 of Voyager, Season 4 of Deep Space Nine. It's going to be like Voyager, Deep Space Nine for a while. So, that's going to be a thing. But that's years off. We're literally talking about, I'm talking about releases that are next July. Next July. So, let's start from the beginning. In release order. Technically, this was not released until the mid-'80s, but it takes place prior to the original series. So, let's talk about The Cage. First of all, Christopher Pike is a broken captain. There's no way... How would they even think about keeping him as captain of the Enterprise after the shenanigans he pulls in this episode? he, he is captured, he is tortured, he's imprisoned for God knows how long. Probably only a couple of days, but still, he's kept, he's tortured, he's imprisoned, he's, like, all of these bad things happen to him, and it's like, Jeffrey Hunter's performance as Pike is fantastic. He plays the part very well, but it's like, just watching this is a broken man who is at the end of his captaincy. I don't know if the pilot was intended to actually sell Jeffrey Hunter as Christopher Pike, but if it was intended to sell Jeffrey Hunter as Christopher Pike, holy shit did they fuck up. Because there's no way that that's going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Because he's going to go back to Starfleet and they're going to face some sort of inquest, and he's going to be found he's not going to be found guilty of anything. He's just going to be found to be incapable of executing the decisions of a captain, and they're going to pull him from the ship, and he's just going to have to retire. He was already talking about retiring and doing a whole bunch of other things, but this is just it's ridiculous. Let's see what else is there. The message of the show. There are a couple of messages to the show, which is humans don't like being in cages. It's the name of the episode is The Cage. Humans don't like being in cages. They are adaptable, and most of the other creatures in this menagerie run by the Telosians, remember that word, it'll come back later, most of the creatures run by, in this menagerie are relatively simple things to control, and the Telosians want somebody to build a world for them, and they wanted humans to rebuild their world, and it didn't go so well because they picked someone with a huge chip on his shoulder. It makes me wonder if it was just, kind of a right place, right time kind of thing, because if it hadn't have been Christopher Pike, I mean, Jim Kirk wouldn't have sat for it, Jean-Luc Picard, Catherine Janeway, Ben Sisko, Archer, none of them would have sat for that, but they're captains. Also, is it just me, or is it like every captain of the Enterprise has to have horses? What's up with that? Like, Kirk does it, Picard does it, Pike does it. I'm reasonably sure the only reason we didn't see Archer riding horses is because, I don't know, they didn't have time to fit it in, and they were too busy making references to Quantum Leap. I don't know. But anyway, there were a couple things I did like about the episode. Namely, the uniform jackets, actually. The away team had specialized jackets for their uniforms, and I liked that. That was nice. Something that should have happened more often. I mean, other than that, there's a lot of basic, generic, post-apocalyptic stuff here. I took 2.5 pages of notes during the episode. It's an hour-long episode. And, there's a lot of stuff, like the Telosians have intensely powerful illusionary powers, and that's cool. That's really cool, but I wonder if, the whole thing, it's a good pilot as far as pilots go, but I can see why certain things were removed. Like, I can see why they put somebody in who had the same sort of general qualities as Christopher Pike, that being Jim Kirk, but without so much psychological baggage, as it were. And that's perhaps unfair of me to say, but it is what it is. And then removing Dr. April to make way for Dr. McCoy was a little bit of a good choice as well. Got a younger guy in there, and I don't know. Keeping Leonard Nimoy's Spock was a good call. And there's a lot of. I guess my biggest question with the episode is how Starfleet would let a captain as obviously emotionally broken as Chris Pike stay in command of a starship, especially, a Constitution class exploratory ship with as much firepower as it has. I don't see why that would happen. But anyway, a point I did make though is Jeffrey Hunter was fantastic in the episode. He would have made an interesting captain, probably not good for a long tenure run. Like, he would not have made a good captain as he was. If they had shown a series of how he got to that point, and by the end of like season 2 or 3 he was in that position, then I could see them working with that for a couple of episodes, maybe half a season, a season at most, but then bringing him back to normal. As he is, he can't do he wouldn't be able to do a full show like that. But he would make a good, like, guest star captain. I actually compared that a character he could have done was similar to Admiral Nechayev from Next Gen. I also said, borrowing, I also thought about this, and pulling from the book universes, the relaunch, he would have made a fantastic Mackenzie Calhoun. But, that's what I've got for this episode. It was a good episode, it was fun, but in the long run, I think I like what they did with Kirk better than I like what they did with Pike. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you here tomorrow with, episode number... Actually, no, because this is a special thing. I'll see you here next week with the start of the regular series, with the first episode of season 1 of Star Trek, the original series, The Man Trap. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like it, click the like button. Leave me a comment if you have anything to say about this, or any suggestions. Subscribe if you want to see more like this, and there will be more like this. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.